Who else? Who else but Travis Hunter to force the fumble at the end of the game? I mean, the two-way superstar, top 5 player at both wide receiver and cornerback in college football, lowers the shoulder, knocks the ball out by like a hair. It was so close to going into the end zone for Baylor, which would have extended the game. Who else but Travis Hunter to make the inevitable game-winning play for the Buffs?
It's such an elite football play, and it just seems like he does that multiple times every single game on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. But his football instincts and his ability to just make plays is unlike anything I've ever seen. That dude was born to play football, and he made a couple of those plays throughout the game. There was another big catch that he had where he's running, he sees Shedeur throw it, and he puts his head down and runs to the exact spot that Shedeur's going to run. He doesn't even have to watch the ball, looks up and catches. He just makes those type of instinctual plays that is God-given talent. And he's something else, and we got to be able to enjoy the rest of this season because we will never see another player like Travis Hunter.
I'm going to say this simply for the people out there. Travis Hunter is the best player in college football. I don't care what record the Colorado Buffaloes end up with, as long as he's healthy and continues to dominate at both wide receiver and defensive back. How could you not give him the Heisman Trophy? I know that there's plenty of season to go, but what we've seen dating back to last year and now so far this season, to your point, he is born to play football. He might be the greatest college football player that I've seen with my own 2 eyes. I mean, just his ability to go out there and influence a game on both sides of the ball. I mean, looking at this game against Baylor, 7 catches for 130 yards, didn't score a touchdown, but was all over the place for Colorado's offense in that game. And then to our point, he's the guy who lowers the shoulder and ends up securing the victory for the Buffs in overtime, forcing that fumble. There's nothing that this kid can't do. He has to be the favorite for the Heisman Trophy. If he keeps this up and Colorado's competitive, I don't think there's a single reason why Travis Hunter should not be the Heisman Trophy winner. I can't think of anybody collectively that is better across the board than Travis Hunter in college football this season.
It's incredible. It didn't feel like he was targeted that much throughout the game. You look up and all of a sudden he has 130 receiving yards. And on the defensive side of the ball, AP, guess how many times he was targeted by Baylor's offense?
Tell me. Show that up. Hold that up. Get a tight shot on Chase real quick. The goose egg.
They did not want to throw in Travis Hunter's direction, and he still ends up with 3 tackles and a forced fumble. He's still able to put some stats on the board, even though they did not want to go in his direction. Obviously, they wanted to run the ball in his direction, and he took it as a challenge. I love how he said he put his mouth guard in. You can literally watch. They hand the ball off, and as they're handing the ball off, Travis Hunter's putting his mouth guard in, getting ready to make that play. He's stunning, and the fact that he is not the favorite to win the Heisman, I think, is crazy. Everybody in the media is talking about him, that he deserves to win the Heisman. And if people really think that a quarterback like Cam Ward, who plays an ACC schedule for the rest of the year, is not going to be playing in a big game on primetime television, when Travis Hunter is going to continue to play these games on network television, Travis Hunter is winning the Heisman if he stays healthy. So you might as well throw your bets down now. You can't bet on the Heisman in Colorado legally. Go to a different state and bet on the Heisman. Find a way to bet on the Heisman. Travis Hunter's going to do it if he's healthy.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. And you bring up the fact that he wasn't targeted throughout the course of this game. That's the ultimate sign of respect as a cornerback. You know, maybe Deion Sanders as a cornerback in the NFL doesn't have maybe these. He has great numbers, of course, but that was the thing. I think of Darrelle Revis Island. Like, you just did not throw to that side of the field. Even locally here for the Broncos, through the first 3 weeks, Pat Surtain has shut down DK Metcalf in week 1, George Pickens in week 2, and Mike Evans had 2 catches for under 20 yards in week 3 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So shades of elite level cornerback that will transition to the next level. If he ends up playing DB, there's a chance that he could be a receiver at the next level, or maybe there's a team out there that tries to play him both ways. But another thought here on Travis real quick is Shedeur talked about after the game how they used Travis as a decoy in that final play that was the Hail Mary that set the game up to overtime, because everybody's expecting the ball to go to Travis Hunter. And lo and behold, that's what leaves LeJontay Wester open and pushes this game to the next level.
There was a lot of talk on the internet, and I think especially the haters, the people that love to point out the negative, that Baylor didn't have great Hail Mary coverage on that play. I think the whole reason for that is that Travis Hunter's on one side of the ball. If you only put 2 guys on Travis Hunter, he's going to find a way to make that play. So the fact that he is on the field, on the other side of the field, is the only reason why LeJontay Wester ended up with pretty much one-on-one coverage in the end zone. So He is the reason why they were able to make that play.
I mean, I don't know what else you could possibly say that speaks to the greatness of Travis Hunter. I mean, when he gets the ball, he's dominant. When he doesn't have the ball, he's asserting influence on the field. And he's just an all-around great guy as well. You know, no drama off the field, is a football lifer, likes to fish. You don't have to worry about any character issues. And real quick, in regards to the Heisman Trophy dynamic, I looked it up real quick. The Heisman Memorial Trophy is awarded annually since 1935 to the top player in college football. I don't think you can make an argument right now that there's anybody that is better than Travis Hunter in college football. And Danny Bailey and I were looking it up. I believe only one time in the history of the Heisman Trophy has it ever gone to a player on a losing team or on a team with a losing record. At the end of the day, I don't really care what record Colorado ends up with. Travis Hunter is starting on any team in college football and is probably the best player on any team in college football. There's no doubt about it in my mind.
I'm going to trust that stat's correct, which it might be over the last, since the Heisman Trophy was created. But we talk about the Paul Hornung Award, which I think Travis Hunter has won 3 out of the 4 weeks for the most versatile player in college football. Paul Hornung on Notre Dame, when he won the Heisman, guess what their record was?
Tell me.
2-8.
And I believe that is the lone player to win a Heisman Trophy with a losing record.
So if we're going to talk about a versatile player in college football that's doing everything for your team, he does not have to be on a winning team. We talk about Paul Hornung. Why can't we talk about Travis Hunter? They went 2-8. Colorado already has more wins than that. They got 3 wins. They're probably going to end up winning. I don't know. We'll probably talk about it later in this show, but I would say 6 or 7. So that should be enough for Travis Hunter to win the Heisman.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And I think the other thing that is going to help push the Heisman Trophy in favor of Travis Hunter, the Buffs have been on primetime every single game so far this season. Regardless if they finish with a losing record or a winning record, TV networks and fans can't get enough of this Colorado Buffaloes team. When was the last time that a Georgia or a Bama or an Ohio State was on national TV 5 consecutive weeks to open up the season?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know if anybody has been able to do this. Again, this week, they're going to be on Fox, NBC. I don't even think they played a game on ESPN because they belong on the ABCs and and the Fox and the NBC and maybe the CBS as well against Colorado State. So they're on network television. People are watching their games. He's going to win the Heisman.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. And for any of the folks that are listening to the show, watching the show on YouTube, drop some comments. Let us know what you think about Travis Hunter for Heisman Trophy, because as I said to kind of start the conversation, every single time I watch this kid play, my jaw just kind of hits the floor. I mean, what he's able to do both on offense and defense is nothing short of spectacular. And I think that's the thing. Like, Arch Manning's going to probably win it the next couple of years. Like, not this year because of how he kind of got inserted with the Quinn Ewers injury. Like, it will be Arch Manning's time, not Arch Hunter. That'd be an interesting combination. Like, all these guys are going to have their time, but like the Carson Becks of the world, Quinn Ewers is hurt. Like, I can't think of a single person right now that like you can make a legitimately strong case for outside of Travis. And I think, you know what it reminds me of, Chase? Like the MVP award, especially in the NBA, where it's like most valuable player versus best player. And I know there's been a lot of debate about, you know, Jokic and Embiid and all that kind of stuff, but sometimes these MVPs go to, you know, these great players on great teams, even though maybe there's some players across the league that have more value to one specific team.
You know what the difference is, though, AP? A lot of people argue that Nikola Jokic is kind of boring to watch,
which is idiotic. Get your head checked.
There is not a single human on this planet that would say Travis Hunter is boring to watch. He is must-see television every single week. And I don't remember the last college football player that was must-see television quite like that. Maybe Johnny Football in his heyday.
Reggie Bush.
Might have been, yeah, Reggie Bush was in there. But it's been a while since college football has had a player like this. So the fact that we're talking about all these quarterbacks on winning teams still is crazy.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. So again, let us know your thoughts. Will Travis Hunter win the Heisman? Why should he win the Heisman? And is it a joke if he does not win the Heisman? Because I think it certainly is.